Sooners defense is elite, man. I mean, that run D, you got to hit them with the pass, but you got to run the ball to, get the coverages you want. They're going to double team different people at different times. Good thing is we got a lot of people to throw the ball to. Now, I include, the big three. I include Josh Quavers, and you cannot forget about Latsio Brooks. All are scheduled to be healthy this weekend. Those from Derek Meadows, and if you have to, let's get out there and make it. But I don't want to go crazy 500 yards to take these people out. It'll be fun to see. But we got to get this run game fixed because you're not going to last long in the playoffs because allegedly the other 11 teams that you were paying in playoffs are going to have very good defenses. And in real life, this is probably one of the best defenses we're going to play against when it comes to the run. And then when you get on the other side of the FCS or whatever that is we playing after this game, Auburn's a whole new different team right now. Got to fix this run. You got to get this thing to where they can at least get 100-some yards. I think they can do it. I think they can figure it out. But offense, the offense is it was peaking at the right time. It's just kind of peeled back. But right now through the season, we're looking at 21 touchdowns from Ty Simpson, 1 interception, and a 70% completion rate. We just got to keep going in the right way that we're going. He got rhythm, man. Ty Simpson got rhythm like Motown in the 60s. They got what you need. You want a fast? What you want? BPM 96 or BPM 116? Whatever you got, baby, just start singing. We got you. That's Ty Simpson. He got rhythm, man. We just got to fix this stuff up front so the rest of it can work right together. I mean, their secondary is young and vulnerable. Oh, so vulnerable. They just vulnerable. One busted coverage, man. Jeremy gone. Isaiah could be like a possession nightmare for him because of his size. And Ryan Williams. But you got to, we block. It's the run game, man. I saw the running backs at this late stage in the season. We had running backs missing blocking assignments. I'm going to go get this guy here. What about this freight train coming up the middle? What you don't see that I see? God, help me, Lord, baby Jesus. This will be the best defense that we've faced all year. I don't know if I've said that. So just get ready. I'm going to try to look into this running game. I'm going to try to go over the film guy and glean something from him. I don't know if I do a video. I just want to know what's going on. What's going wrong about this offense. Their D is real, man, but Alabama got juice, man. And we come out there rolling, stomping, spitting, and cussing. We can roll right through these guys. It's kind of like one of those Tennessee moments. I'm hoping that the loss from last year has these guys fire red, mad, and pissed off. 24-3 was the worst loss. To me, is worse than Vanderbilt. Because going into that game, looking around, and all the changes, Clark Lee, Jared Kill coming over, you can see they will improve team. If you go in there thinking it's the same old Vanderbilt, they will beat your ass. That ain't the case this year. We know what's going on. But when we turned around and went to a quarterback who was supposed to throw the ball, end up running down our back, up our butt and down our back, that kind of leaves you just upset. And there's a lot of players on the team that were on that field last year. And they didn't let each other know that we got disrespected. We just lucky that game wasn't in Tuscaloosa. But they're coming to our house now. 17-game winning streak on the line. And here come Brent Venables, well known as a defensive stalwart in the game. And also, he gets involved in some stuff that I don't even know. Like, what is Brent Venables doing? I remember when, matter of fact, DC and Auburn had the one made me look it up. Yeah, go look up Brent Venables, man. They said dude be stealing signs. I'm like, what do you mean stealing signs? I looked it up. I had no idea it was so common. Then they, even Coach DeBoer, he said the Democratic, the more not Democratic, more he kept it professional. He said, yeah, everybody does this and the other from time to time, instead of saying that man was in my trash can last night. Now, Oklahoma's defense is notorious for interpreting signals. Lane Kiffin called him out. He went on to beat him 34-26. That's not cheating, but it's definitely a it's not cheating, but that's definitely like some kind of dark art of gridiron espionage. OC Ryan Grubb, he ain't playing games, man. He just said, look, hey, if you're listening, if Coach Venables listening, hey, we changing everything. Yeah, we changing everything. Yeah, we putting our drawers on backwards. Yeah, we going from khakis to slacks. We going from crew cut t-shirts to tank tops. They changing everything. So Brett, if you got that Dakota ring, it's just expired, throw it in the trash can. Go back to the little Orphan Annie or your Cracker Jack box and get you a new Dakota ring, because this one is nothing gonna be the same. But he did praise Venables for being for his defensive wizardry, calling him a very multiple and super athletic on defense. Venables is the kind of guy, they say he brings a chessboard to a checker match. That's nice. The Sooners, like I said, they rank 7th in scoring and total defense. They're stingy, sneaky, and they're surgical. Alabama's defense has sputtered, just scoring 22 versus South Carolina, 20 against LSU. But this week, they're changing. We're going to change it up. Like, now you see me, now you don't. It's going to be like a Vegas Magic show. You went Monday, you thought you were going to see the same thing on Tuesday. No, you're not. We changed up. We got a different show for you. So he compared, Grubb also compared number 5, Kendall Daniels, to Isaiah Simmons. He's in the league right now. He was a Clemson freak that made Dabo look like a genius. It had to do with Dabo. This man was just a beast. And, speaking of Dabo, like I said, he ain't sniffed that doggone title since Venable left. I'm just saying, everybody say, Venables, he does a good job. He tailors his defense to who he's playing. He gets the right blitzes in place for the team, the counter blitzes where he's looking at your weaknesses. Like if you're always rotating this guards out, maybe he know which guard can deal with this, where it comes from the left shoulder, right shoulder, the details, stuff like that. Alabama's tailoring their offense too this time. They're bringing in, scissors to cut at the fabric of what we do. Gonna switch some things up. And I think the first thing got to be done, the most important, you got to run the ball. You got to run the ball. If you keep these boys, first of all, we got to get this time possession back up, but keep this ball at second and less than 5. Ty Simpson called it the game last year. It's spooky. This year, he's seeking to be a Ghostbuster. I like that. So hopefully Oklahoma's about to get slimed. Pause. Ghostbuster reference. But it's still kind of, I need to say pause. Alabama's prepping for a chess match. But we're bringing a flamethrower just in case. Signal still or not, the tide is ready to roll, I think. And just another word on Brent Venables. Is he a sign stealer, a defensive wizard, or just a guy who reads lips like he knows a Netflix subtitle addict? My wife likes to cut on it. I can't stand looking at him unless it's like a foreign something. I just don't know what they're saying. Thick accent. My wife, man, we could be watching a doggone replay of the doggone Jeffersons. She got ain't you seen this? I mean, come on, man. We know what they're saying. But let's talk about the man who's accused of decoding offenses like he auditioning for the CIA. Brent Venables has been in the signal stealing conversation longer than some coaches have been alive, from his days at Clemson to his current gig. Everybody's been saying this. The whispers have followed him like a shadow at high noon. It started back in the Death Valley days. LSU accused Clemson of knowing their plays before they're called. Coincidence? I think not. Maybe. But when your defense is jumping routes, like they got they got their playbook right here, and they got a laminated copy of your playbook on the other thing, people start looking around like, man, what? I ain't ran that play all day. And you go to the film and all the DBs jumping all 3 routes. What is that? Then, Lane Kiffin came with his jab, so he didn't mix no words. He said, seems like they know what's coming. And Reynolds just responded and said, it's a weird kind of compliment. What? That's like being a pickpocket and replying and saying, like, hey, thanks, man. I do have quick hands. My hand. Venables has never been caught red-handed, no spy cams, no rogue interns, just a reputation for teaching players how to read signals like they're prepping for the SCT. Let's see. He said, slugged up Dirk, it's me. He definitely isn't. They don't want that, I guess. I don't know. It sounds like a nice fit to me, to be honest. So I just want to ask the question, is it cheating? Technically? Is it shady? No. Let's just say it's kind of like a tactic that makes other coaches double check their wristbands and change their lamination boards and all that stuff, their Waffle House menus. So what is he? Is he a borderline cheater, a defensive genius, or is he a master of the gray area? Honestly, he might be all three, to be honest. He's the kind of guy who win a poker game without even looking at his cards, just by watching your face twitch when you think you bluffing him. Yeah, you know, right. FBI, y'all need to bring him in too, because he probably in some of them games, them poker games, taking folks' money when they're reading through the cards. You need to check on Brent Venables. Come check him out, because I don't know. This dude, something ain't right. But here's the kicker. If it's not cheating, this may sound crazy, then teach it. If it ain't cheating, teach it. Because everybody tells us, well, we all do our look. Teach it. Huh? Host a clinic. Drop a YouTube video, a tutorial. Let the rest of the football world know. Our brother Oliver, I think, is going on to glory, but whoever's teach it. Because until that master class gets scheduled, and last I checked, nobody has done that. The whole thing smells like a play action fake with a side of misdirection. And in Tuscaloosa, that's the kind of trickery that doesn't fly. It just gets flat. Go ask Gus Malzahn when he had his great year. You know what happened with all his the Delaware wing team mysticism with all this is the greatest offense I've ever seen. Yeah, but when they got a chance to look at everything he was doing, it wasn't about football. There was so many things going on outside of the doggone out of bounds area dealing with Gus Malzahn that had to be nipped in the bud. And where is Gus Malzahn now? Oh, yeah, that's right. They just kicked our ass, and he can't kick nobody else's ass. Says a lot. The Alabama is the place to unmask all that crap coming this weekend. You know, take all that stuff off. We're going to change our plays. Then we're going to drag Oklahoma's behind right to the middle of the field, right in the middle of the gray area. And then we're going to kick them right between the lines. I was going to say something else. We're going to kick them into something else right between the lines. We're going to see. Join me. I'll be going live right after halftime with a big smile on my face no matter what's going on, because it will be about 5 o'clock. So, yeah, I ain't going to get too loose at 5. I might. If we up by like 20, it may get crazy. But I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for joining me here on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you find me. Don't forget to smack that subscribe button. Flick that notification bell so you know if I'm dropping stuff. I'm dropping stuff all over the place. Go check out my shorts. There's some real funny stuff over there. I got a tribute to some of the major coaches that have been let go of. And I'm trying to get people jobs and all kind of stuff. And just trying to keep it entertaining. I want to thank all of you guys for joining me today. It's me, Slugged Up Durkin. Slugged Up Durkin. Yeah, you do have sleep. He got slugs in his mouth. So check in with me during the game. No need to roll with the tide alone. Check me out. Let's get ready to go in here and bust these folks' chops. Coming down here talking a little bit of smack. I like it. You know, say it with your chest. But with that, as far as around the herd, we'll see you next Tuesday right here at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. And always remember, folks, no matter what's going on, always remember, roll, tide, roll.